Plenty of people were taken in by this, not because they are gullible, although, to be fair, they should have looked at the date, but because an April Fool's joke like this is too close to reality for you to ever be quite sure it is in fact an April Fool's joke. Such is the lunacy of the net zero crusade in the UK that the line between reality and fantasy has been erased. The story I posted yesterday about Ed Miliband forcing canal boats to convert to electric propulsion could easily have been an April Fool's joke, but it wasn't. It was deadly serious. So it's not entirely surprising that a story that is barely more ridiculous than that can be mistaken for genuine. So let's enjoy this April Fool's joke as much as we can in the circumstances, bearing in mind it could come true next week. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer, now Sydney-based YouTuber. If you want to help this channel educate as many people as possible about the insanity of EVs and net zero, click that subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost anything, and if you click the bell to enable all notifications, you won't miss out on any future videos. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee at the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen. So here's the press release that's been doing the rounds, and when you read it, it's pretty obvious that it's a fake, and it's even taking the mickey out of EVs. Vehicle fuel tanks to be limited to 20 litres by 2027, then 10 litres by 2030. Great British Energy is rolling out a programme requiring capacity limiting ceramic foam injection into fuel tanks, ballooning, for all existing vehicles as a mandatory condition from July 2025. New cars to have a maximum 20 litre tank from January 2026, limit reduced to 10 litres by 2030. Sales of electric vehicles, EVs, have stalled as sales to early adopters have peaked, government transport and corporate fleets have accepted EVs, and the taxi industry has been required to comply. UK government is levelling the playing field by requiring that all fuel tank capacities are limited to reduce their range below those of comparable EVs. New smooth flow valves will limit the speed for tank filling at the pump to 1 litre per 3 minutes to match EV charging speeds. Certificates confirming fuel tank upgrades will be a requirement for MOTs from July 2025 at a cost capped at £104 in 2025. New cars sold in UK from January 2026 must have a maximum fuel tank capacity of 20 litres. Emergency services and critical workers' vehicles will be exempt. For compliance, an import control team will be established. Special stop and search random vehicle and fuel station checks handled by the police. Holding more than 10 litres in fuel canisters on any vehicle or on private property will become a new net zero criminal offence. A consultation process with farmers, hauliers and fuel retailers will be held in April to May 2025. Current policy is that these rules will apply to all. Energy Secretary Ed Miliband said, "We must meet our net zero legal and moral obligations. The climate crisis is just too scary. We are cementing all shale gas wells, and now we are showing the world how to make EVs more attractive to hard-working families up and down the country. This initiative will create 10,000 new green jobs." This is very close to the truth. Combustion cars' range is so much greater than EVs. And of course, as your EV battery ages and degrades, if you charge too fast, charge too often, or let it discharge too far, or charge it too much, or charge it in the cold or heat, or do 1,000 other things that degrade your battery, your range decreases. Just like adding more expanding foam to a fuel tank. The joke becomes reality for EV owners. And if you're still not convinced it's fake, they make it painfully obvious at the end. Spokesperson April Fools of 20s Plenty said, "This bold action by the government must be commended, and it is a world first. We lobbied for 5 litres, but this will get climate traitors off our roads. 20s Plenty, cycling is healthier." Published 1st April 2025. Well, that's hilarious, but I can't imagine this came from anyone in Ed Miliband's department. I can't see him being able to laugh at himself or having any kind of sense of humour where his obsessive ideology is concerned. In his mind, it's all far too serious for that. But for the rest of us, it provides a bit of light relief from the depressing reality of net zero zealots like Miliband and Chris Bowen here in Australia. It seems their only aim is to make life harder and more expensive while doing nothing for the environment.